and a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and
Good
wanna
evening
hate
everyone.
this, I'll always
Kindly
show
hold
up.
a few minutes as other participants are joining.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
Good evening everyone. Our resource person Dr. Shikha Mittal also joined. Kindly hold for a few minutes. Uh, the session will start. I am privileged to introduce our resource person, Dr. Shikha Mittal. He is an associate professor in the management department of Rajkumar Goyal Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad. She has more than 13 years of teaching and research experience in marketing, business statistics, quantitative techniques, and other management subjects. She has done her post-graduation in mathematics and management. She holds a doctorate degree in commerce from CCSU. She has published and presented various international national research articles in recognized journals and Scopus database, and she is presently working on many more papers and research articles. Her areas of interest includes consumer behavior, marketing analytics, and latest trends in marketing. And very happy and a warm welcome to our resource person, Dr. Shikha Mittal. I request her to take over the session middle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for introducing me in this webinar. and welcome all the participants in the webinar on the topic literature review. Uh, I am just sharing my slides in a while. Give me 2 minutes. Uh, PPT is visible, sir?
Yes, madam, your screen is visible. Please open the PPT, madam.
Okay.
Please go to the slideshow, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Okay. So, welcome you all in this webinar on the title Mastering the Literature Review from Search to Synthesis. I'm Dr. Shikha Mittal, Associate Professor from Rajkumar Goyal Institute of Technology, Ghaziabad. As this is a virtual platform, so first thing I would like to say that if there is any query, you can ask me or you can drop your question in the chat box, right? So let's start with the literature review. Nowadays, literature review is very important as LR is written in all the theoretical paper as well as is in the empirical papers. We can also write the literature review papers as well, right? In this session, we will discuss this in steps. So first, we will discuss how to find the relevant papers for the literature review. Second, after that, we will discuss how to organize the papers. And lastly, we will discuss how to analyze the existing research and write the review based on our collective study. Uh, so first, what is a review article? A review article is a type of secondary literature that talks about previously published work. So here we are talking about the secondary literature. Secondary, there are basically two type of approaches, primary and secondary. Primary approach, or also known as the quantitative approach, here we observe the data and based on this observation we analyze and interpret them. And in secondary, we have worked on this existing data that is already existing, that is on various websites, various publications, on different databases such as the Scopus. If I talk about the Web of Science, SCI, or the Google Scholar link, right? So review article give an overview of the existing literature in the field, that is, for example, if I talk about the pharmacy, we talk about the HR, economics, or the finance area, whatever field we have chosen for our problem. So what is the work that is already done by the different author or various authors on this particular area, often identifying a specific problem or issues. So first, before review article, or before we can say the literature review or the review of literature, we have to find the problem. The problem should be unique, the problem should be new, that is not already existing. Otherwise there is no scope or there is no use if the research work has already been done. So we will find the problem on which the research, once the research problem has been identified, the next work is comes to the research design. That is the research methodology. That how we will complete this problem, how we will find towards the solution. Right. In this problem research methodology, we have to find out what is the sample size, what is the sample area, what is the work done already existing, and how do we interpret it, and analyzing the information from available published work on the topic with a balanced perspective. Right. So the work that is already published by various authors, we collect it, we will gather the information, we will analyze this information, and based on this critical analysis, we will give you the interpretation. Right. So literature review as a research methodology contributes significantly as conceptual, methodological, and thematic development of different domains. Review papers are critical evaluation of prior studies that have already been published. Review articles carefully identify and synthesize relevant literature to compare and contrast the finding of prior studies in a domain. Uh, This slide is visible. Can anyone please tell me? The
Yes, ma'am.
same slide, type of review article you are viewing?
Correct.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much. Uh, Now, the type of review article. Review article basically are of three types. Review article, also known as the literature review, or we can say the review of literature, or also known as review article. The second one is systematic review. Now this is the trend in the also is the meta analysis. Right. So here we will discuss today that what is a literature review and how to write a literature review on this paper, or particularly we can say the literature review based papers. There is a little difference between literature review, SLR papers, and meta analysis papers. Uh, Literature review, also known as traditional or narrative review of literature. Here in this type, we offer a broad overview of a topic, often based on a comprehensive search and selection of the relevant literature. This type basically we do the critical analyze and summarize the literature to draw the conclusion about the topic. The second comes the SLR, or you can say the systematic review of literature. In systematic review of literature papers, we follow a predefined methodology. Here we will discuss once if you have prepared the paper, then first to write the abstract, then comes to the introduction part, and in introduction part, in the last paragraph, you have to construct a manuscript that comprehensive view of the methodology, that how you will cover your review, so SLR, that is the systematic review of literature. So this is follow a predefined methodology after involving a systematic search that is for which years, that is from which to which year, for how many time period you are doing the study, right? Selection and assessment of study to address a specific research question. So this is a more well-defined approach in comparison to the LR. Mainly it is used for making a complete list of all the published and unpublished studies relating to a particular topic. So, and we have to give the justification when we write the LR, that why we choose this paper in our LR. Then come to the meta-analysis. Might be all heard this meta-analysis technique also. Meta-analysis is comparatively, you can say this is the quantitative technique. Here we use the statistical tools, uh, such as we can say quantitative finding, that is time period, or we can say citations, or we can say authors, how many authors have worked on this common paper, yeah, on this theme. For example, if I say that job enrichment topic, that what is the impact of job enrichment on the job engagement. So here are two keywords, that job enrichment and one is the job engagement. So how many authors have already worked on this topic? What model they have used? Right? What is the citation rate, or we can say the country-wise rate? Right? So meta-analysis combine and analyze the result of multiple studies statistically, often to assess the effectiveness of an intervention. This type of review takes large quantitative findings and conduct a statistical analysis to integrate those findings for enhance the understanding of the particular topic. Now next come what our literature review is, right? So literature review, as I already said, that literature review is the work already done by the previous author on the same topic. So it develop our understanding of the literature in the field of study. That is, for example, if I talk about that digital transformation, right? Yeah, or I can say the digital transformation in job engagement with the help of the AI tools. Right? So, existing literature, what is the previously work done by the various authors? So, we will understand what the work has been done already in this area, right? Uh, then come to the synthesis. Literature review is basically a synthesis. Synthesis, that is, we combine the information from multiple sources, that is different platforms like Google Scholar, Scopus, again SCI Hub, right? If you write in the URL, that is SCI Hub, I will discuss in later on the practical aspect also. SCI Hub, right? Or there is a sciencedirect.com. You will write in the search bar, then you will find number of papers related on this common theme. So synthesis combine information from various sources to create a new coherent understanding of a topic. It means how different studies related to each other. Right? Or maybe it is not necessary that all the study are related to each other. Maybe there is a contradiction of there also. That is, they are not supporting with each other. Then come to a critical analysis and narrative. Critical, that is, we will do the exploratory research, that is, we will go in depth study related to the topic. And narrative, that is, they should be synthesized. It should be related to or only related to the theme. It should not broad, or it should not go beyond decode, it should not go deviate from the common topic. Then there is a current and historical if necessary. The literature review always should speak about the current researches. For example, this is 2025. So, what is current happening? If you do the Google Scholar, then you will find that research filter, there are filter on the left pane, that is there is a year, so you can do the research paper published paper find year wise. So what is the research done in the current year in 2025? And even you can see the papers I was checking that there is 2026 as well with the paper these are who are coming for the next. So those who have working on this, the theme has been selected and they will get published by year 2026. And historical if necessary. Historical, that is the previous papers from last 10 years or for last 20 years. That is what work till date has been done on the current problem or the current topic. Next is defined by a guiding concept. Yes, it is also mandatory in the literature review. That is your methodology part. Methodology, that is what methodology you are choosing. That is how many years you are choosing. What is your type process in which you are going to do your research. My voice is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay.
ma'am.
Actually, this is a virtual platform, so please, if there is any query, interrupt me in between so that I can know okay, you are listening to me or not. What a literature review can be. Literature review, you can publish your paper on review-based paper as well, right? Or you can include literature review in your paper. It may be a part of a large research study like a thesis or dissertation. The literature review sets the broad context of the study. Right? Broad context, that is, if whatever the problem you have, you will have to choose the keyword or abstract, or you can select from the title also your problem, that is your statement also, and you will find that on this basis of the keyword you will get the broad view. Sets the scope of the study. Yes, of course, your problem should have a scope. That is further what can be done in this study. Justify the scope and context of the study. Your literature review also, and the last paragraph, you have to justify that why you choose this previous research done by the authors. There should be an objective. Because if you search any topic on any database, you will find number of thousands of paper and you cannot include all the papers in your study. So for each and every paper that you have mentioned in your study, you have to give a justification that how it relate with your theme, how it relate with your problem, it with your topic. Establishes the theoretical framework. Yes, literature review helps in establishing the theoretical, that is, it helps or it associates with the theoretical models that on the basis of the study has been done. It justifies the methodology of the study. Whatever methodology you have mentioned in your introduction part, you have to give the justification why you have chosen this particular methodology, what type of sampling or what type of papers you have choose, from which databases you have choose the paper. Makes an argument, that is how the studies are related to each other. Now, what a literature review is not. Literature review, we were discussing what it is contain. Now, what it is should not contain. It is not an annotated bibliography. Annotated bibliography, it means that annotated bibliography. Bibliography, that is basically, if we talk about, for example, if I downloaded a paper and I have just took the some few lines that what are the findings and I have write a few description of the paper reference, right? So this is a bibliography. If I just giving up the summing rule, right? So literature review is not a bibliography that we have. We will just find out what is the findings in the paper. It is not just a descriptive list. Descriptive, there should not be description of any of the paper. Here we have to mention that why we choose this particular area. Next is, it is not a basic summative report of what you have read on the topic. You need to be saying something. It means you have choose the idea or you have mentioned that the previous work, but including this previous research, you have to give about some onwards also, you need, this is the meaning, you need to be saying something that how it is related with your study or how it is related with each other studies. What a literature review must do? The first thing should keep in mind that it should be organized around your thesis or research question. So once the problem has been formulated, the next is your objective or the research question. So the literature review should revolve around your research question. It should be organized. It should not deviate from your keywords or the key themes. The next one is synthesize result into a summary of what is known and not known on your topic. Synthesize, that is, combine all the information from multiple sources to create a new information of a topic. It means how different studies relate to each other and drawing the conclusion based on their collective insights. Whatever studies has been done by the previous author, you have to collect them, you have to give your own insight that what you have findings in there, how they relate with each other. So you have to synthesize into a summary that what is known, what is related, and what is not known on your topic, that what you have not justified, what you have not mentioned in your study. Identify areas of controversy, right? So controversy, again, this is the argument identified on which areas, what literature review you have collected, on which areas you are not supporting or you, they are not related to the each other. The next one is formulate question for further research. You have to question that next, for example, if I write a literature review, then you have to give the scope that what are the final further direction on which the author can find out. For example, if I talk about before 10 years, there were no AI tools, right? So previous study is not based on this, or they have not used the model. So if we talk about any of the theme, any of the paper, we have to give the further scope or have to formulate the question so that the author can get direction to doing the further research. That comes to structuring your literature review. So, as like a paragraph writing or like an essay, you need a beginning, middle, and an end. In the same manner, once when you write a literature review, you have to give three parts, that is introduction, main body, and the conclusion. Introduction, first part, introduction, setting your strategy for selecting the material and indicating how you will present your analysis of it. You have to give why you selected it, right? And what will be the analysis, what will be your findings. Then come to main body, presenting your analysis in a logical order. Logical, that it should be relational, it should follow a system, it should follow a sequence. So there are three types of writing a literature review. First is text by text, that is one book or general article at a time, right? If I first I downloaded the paper from various databases, then I select uh, then I selected papers relevant article of this, and I start to mention my articles that so and so author in this year have mentioned in the paper, right? Second comes theme by theme, grouping text under key ideas or approaches. Theme by theme, thematic approach, also known as in meta-analysis, we do the thematic approach. Theme, that is, for example, again, I'm taking the example of the impact of job characteristic on employee engagement, for example. So here I am group the text कि how job characteristic, job की जो characteristic है, for example in the job characteristic we have significance, autonomy, or the feedback, how they are related with the employee engagement. Job enrichment is related or not, how they impacted it. So we will whatever review, whatever previous article we will write in our paper, it should be related to theme only. And the third part is chronological. Chronological, that is, we have to give the genesis of idea, that is, first time when it was introduced, and further what studies have been done up to date date, right? Chronological. For example, if I talk about the inventory model, right? So inventory model was introduced in 1917, and in year 2025, what are the studies done by the different various authors on the inventory model, right? So from beginning when it was introduced to till date, to up to date, it should be up to date. This type of LR, if we mention in our paper, this type of LR is known as the chronological. Okay. So it depends on the type of paper you are writing, right? If you are writing a paper, empirical paper, so you have to choose the theme that is text by text, right? If you are writing a meta-analysis paper, then you have to write theme by theme, right? Or you are writing a bibliography paper. And chronological, basically chronological is used for the dissertation or a thesis, because you have to see that prior research, that first time whatever has been done to the till date, what important work has been done by the previous authors. And in the last, come to the conclusion, summary of key findings, that what you have collected from various author studies, including gaps in knowledge, because literature review actually we do it for to know the gap, that what is the area remaining, what is the area untouched that has been not been done by the previous authors. This is a literature review, and by finding the literature review we work upon it. This is our novel study. Here is the example of the main body structure, that is the LR. First, text by text. So, text by text, that is analyzing and comparing the views of different authors. You downloaded the paper, you will study the paper, and you will find that what is the comparison, and that is different. For example, if I talk about author A, what they say about the theme XYZ, that is the job characteristic and employee engagement, what the author B said about this particular theme, and so on. Second is theme by theme, that is analyzing and comparing viewpoints within the themes. Themes के अंदर authors ने we will write the theme. For example, uh, in LR, yeah, if you I will here share the papers with you. We will write, instead of the place of LR, we write the theoretical background, and in theoretical background we mention the themes A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, and on this theme we write the literature review. That theme, job characteristic, that is theme job enrichment. The third is the employee engagement. The next come is the chronological, that is, as I told, charting and analyzing the development. Here you can give a table that earlier what author thought of theme XYZ. On these themes, there are three themes. Different authors ने earlier, यानी in the starting में क्या कहा गया, later what is discussed about it, and currently now what is the trend, currently what is the viewpoint of the various author on these particular themes. Example like analyzing and comparing the views of different authors. In contrast to author A, author B suggests that factor X is crucial in. The author goes into appraise factor Y, reaching the conclusion. So maybe two authors are relevant, two authors are related to each other with their views, and author C is contracting this the view. He is not supporting the previous three A and B authors. The theme, BI theme, that is there is a general consensus, that is it is approachable, it is agreed to the whole research, right? Consensus is a document or article that reflect a general agreement in the literature. That is, all authors are generally agree with this particular view. And author C adds a note of caution presenting, and author C says that this theme is not related with this particular research area. Chronological, that is charting and analyzing the development of ideas over time. That is, time by time, what is the changes in this particular area. Next come to the literature review process, the most important one. So first, We have to select a topic, the most important one. Once you have selected the topic, then next come to the search the literature. This is the main what we are discussing here, that how we search the literature, right? So first select a topic, scan journals, academic journals, read professional blog and listserv. Listserv is and basically software, academic software, those who provide the various like an email software that reaches all the respondents in a single time. Look for research agendas on professional association website. There are different professional association website. For example, IEEE Computer Society, Computing Research Association, National Education Association. So you for look for different association also and focus your topic. Then come to the search the literature, where we search the literature on our topic chosen, right? So type of sources that can be included. हम क्या क्या sources को include कर सकते हैं? First, we can include the books, articles, abstract, reviews, dissertations and thesis, research report, website, etc. Identify the most important or useful database for your discipline. As I what I use in my research as Scopus is the paid database. We cannot download it any paper from the Scopus or SCI database. So I personally suggest that you can do the Google Scholar. You have a Google Scholar account. You can just do the type the Google Scholar, in which you can write your theme, your keywords, and on your topic, on your theme base, there will be multiple number of papers on related to your area. The second one, you can do the SCI Hub. SCI Hub is also known paid software. On SCI Hub, sometimes there are papers which are not able to we are not able to download. On SCI Hub, you can just uh, refer the DOI number, yes, or any link, and with this help, it open your paper that is not actually downloadable, because open access paper you are easily able to download and some are the restricted. For example, this is IEEE. There is a restriction or you have to give the permission for the from the organization to download the paper. And one more is there, database, that is sciencedirect.com. For sciencedirect.com, you type the keyword. There are three options: keywords, authors, uh, and one is the authors and one is the particular journal name, right? So if you write the journal name, you will get the access of the paper published on this particular journal. Develop an understanding of the academic terminology for your field of study. Before searching the literature, you have to academic terminology, right? What are the terminology you are using in your paper? You should have in-depth knowledge about that. And the one is determining time frame. For what time frame you are downloading the paper. So again, I will suggest you that try to include the latest paper in your literature review, right? If you are now you are now starting to write the literature review, then include the studies done after 2020, the last 5 years. They will give you the real, because there is no there are various changes, so it will not give an deeper insight if you will include the data, downloaded data of the previous years. Look for empirical and theoretical literature. Empirical literature refer to research based on observation and data collection. That is basically a primary study. And theoretical literature focus on existing theory and the concepts. For example, I can say a theoretical literature is related. For example, if I want to study on the climate change, so climate change might examine certain existing models predicting the climate pattern. क्लाइमेट पैटर्न्स के बेसिस पर क्लाइमेट में क्या क्या चेंजेस हो रहे हैं ऑन द बेस्ड ऑफ थ्योरी और ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द एग्जिस्टिंग मॉडल. Whereas an empirical review paper should summarize data collected from different climate studies on temperature changes over the time. So empirical, where we observe the data, we collect the data, there is a primary data. And theoretically, literature based on certain model, based on certain beliefs, certain structures. Literature should include primary and secondary sources. Primary, again, that is, we observe through the various techniques, for example, projective techniques, projective techniques, interviews, survey. These are the primary techniques. Online survey. And secondary sources, that are the published information, different blogs, different journals, different magazines, different newspapers. You can collect the data. Whatever sources you are using, you have to give the references also from where you have downloaded this data. Identify classic or seminal studies. Classic or seminal studies, again, this is the uh, theoretical framework. Identify important authors who are contributing to the development of your topic. You have to identify on this chosen topic, whatever topic you have chosen, that what are the different authors that who has contributing. Now how will you identify that these are the important authors? This is checked through the citation rate. uh, Important authors, those paper to whose paper has been number of times cited. That is, if I write a paper, I took a reference from previously author, so I have to give the reference in. So this will be cited on their paper. This will be cited on their database. As this paper has been cited, for example, number of times, that is 10 times or 100 times or 200 times. So paper that is maximum time of cited, it means it is an important author and it is giving an important contribution on our topic chosen. Use a system to organize and manage the material. Now, whatever literature review we are downloading from various databases, how we will manage them, it should also be managed. So it should be managed from the very beginning stage. That is, you have to make a folder, and on this folder, you download, you save the paper related to this particular thing. Otherwise, how we will manage. And the next one is reference work or other bibliographic management software. For the reference work, there is a software Mendeley. Like on Mendeley, you can reference your works, and that is, whatever study you will doing, you will not mention in references manually. With the help of the Mendeley software, whatever study you will download, upload over there on the software, and it will give you the reference in what style you want. As for example, in Chicago or in APA style, so what style you want, there is a choice, there is an option that in which style you want to do the reference work. So you can take example of the Mendeley, or there are many other software like bibliographic sharing, bibliographic software also available. Then comes to the develop your argument. You have to develop after searching the literature. टॉपिक चूज हुआ, उसके बाद में आपने लिटरेचर रिव्यू, अपना लिटरेचर डाउनलोड करा. नाउ लिटरेचर रिव्यू देन कम्स टू डेवलप. इट मीन्स यू हैव टू सेट योर हाइपोथेसिस out of this. As I took the example, impact of job characteristic on employee engagement, so how it is related to each other. Right? So this step is a planning step. You will develop these arguments in the next two steps: survey and critiquing the literature. There are two types of argument: argument of discovery and argument of advocacy. Developing finding that present in the current state of knowledge about your research interest, and advocacy, that is analyze and critique the knowledge gained from developing the argument to answer the research question. Your literature review should give the answer of your problem. Then develop your arguments, analyze the claim within the literature to develop your argument, claim the argument, declaration or assertion, evidence, data and data define and support the claim. Claim, it may be related to the fact, it may be related to the worth, it may be related to the policy, concept or the interpretation. You must present all sides of a question, your argument must be balanced. That is, your hypothesis should support your objective, your title of the problem. Any query till now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. After developing the hypothesis, the next is survey and critique the literature. We have to do the survey. We have downloaded the relevant papers. Now we have to screening. We have to filter out the paper that what are matching with my theme, what are matching with my keywords. Okay. And critique, that is the critical analysis of the literature review. So it is not necessary that you read the whole paper or you download the paper. Those who are not download full download, you can just read the abstract or and the findings. In IEEE papers also there is a findings, there are interpretation, because most of the papers they are not open access. So develop the discovery argument and the advocacy argument. Answer the question, what do we know about the subject of our study? Based on what we know, what conclusion can we draw about the research question? Critically assess each piece of literature you have gathered to analyze its content. That is, whatever LR you are mentioning in your paper, it should support your hypothesis, it should support your title. So, for, for survey, you need to be methodical. That is, you should be follow a particular methodology. You have to be systematic. You have systematic, you have downloading systematic, you have to review rigorous, that is your past beliefs on which you are doing your research. And the most important one is the consistency. Consistent, you must be consistent. That is, if you are talking about the year, if you are talking about the paper theme, it should be consistently matching with your objective. You should not deviate with your topic, how your literature is related with your current theme. For survey and critique the literature, there are four stages. First, skim and read. Skim and read, that is, full paper is not possible that you read the whole paper, right? So skim, that is how quickly you read and you find you analyze the findings done by the previous author. So skim first, note the topic, structure, general reasoning data and bibliographic references. In this, I would like to say that you find the literature gap only by reading the paper, and also how to write the literature review. You must have to download, so don't read the paper online. If you uh, seriously analyze the paper, so download the paper, and whatever is the important paper or whatever is your paper related to your theme, take the printouts and read and find the gap, that what they have written, what they have mentioned, and what is the gap that has not been mentioned by the existing author. Go back and skim the preface and introduction, trying to identify main ideas contained in the work. Identify key parts of the article or key chapters in the books. Second, after skimming and reading, highlight and extract the key element. That is, what are the origin and definition of the topic, what the key theory, concept and ideas they have used, what are the major hypotheses, what are the key questions. So you just highlight and extract the key element. That is the main words. When analyzing the research studies, must also identify some of the key elements that all research studies should include. Whatever research studies has been done by the previous authors, they must include the problem, the purpose, research question, sample, methodology, key finding, conclusion, and the recommendations also for the future. After downloading the data, after screening the data, the last part comes to the write the review. analyze the existing research, right? So use the result of your analysis and critique of the literature to develop the organization of your review. What analysis you have done, you have to critically analyze it, and you can critically analyze is by reading the findings of the previously researches. Develop a detailed outline, that is, identify the theme or pattern that have emerged. That what are the new patterns introducing? Translate these into headings and subheadings. Be sure your outline is logical. Right? Your whatever outline you are mentioning in your paper, it should be rational, it should be systematic. Be selective with the literature you include. So, as I told, that once you find the relevant papers, you will find a lots of number of papers. So be selective, find the important authors by their citations. You go to the Google Scholar, type your key theme in search panel and relevant paper. There, if you write the paper, if you mention the paper, there is a citation also. So number of citation, on the basis of number of citation you can decide the important authors or the important study done. Synthesis, that is, again I am talking about the synthesis, that is, combine the information from multiple sources to create a new coherent understanding. That is, whatever relevant data you have gathered, you have to screen them, and on this basis of related data, you have to draw the conclusion based on their collective insight. So you have to find the important information from the various authors done in their studies. Reorganize and reassemble all of the separate pieces and detail to create an integrated whole. Reorganize or reassemble again, make connection, relate the already done studies, how they are related with each other. Never present a chain of isolated summaries of previous studies. Isolated, that is the theme that has not been done by other authors, or it is not related with your keywords or key themes. The synthesis need to build a knowledge base and extend new lines of thinking. Right? Whatever your conclusion you are concluding from the previous done, it should include a new line. That is, it should be novel. It should be new. Then only the other authors can gain the direction from your work done. So, writing a literature review is a creative activity. You downloaded the paper, you gather the information, you organize them, you recollect them, you assemble them, and finally you have to analyze the existing research. So, as given by the Bloomberg and Wolf in year 2008, an imaginative approach to searching and reviewing the literature include having a broad view of the topic, being open to new ideas, methods, and arguments, playing with different idea to see whether you can make new linkages on the previous basis of previous study done. What new finding? What are your new conclusion? What you give the new direction to the authors? Thank you. Now I am giving you. Excuse me, Sash. We have time.
Yes, madam. Yes, yes.
Uh, so I am sharing my screen to find that from where you can download the relevant papers. Is this visible to all of you? Google Scholar page.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So if I write
Yes,
on this
ma'am.
Google Scholar page that job engagement, is it visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here in this you can find the left pane, it is mentioned here article anytime since 2025, 24 and custom range. In this custom range you can customize the data that is from if I talk about year 2000 to year 2025. So all the relevant paper will be here we can search that has been published in year 20 to 2000 to 2025. From here you can download the papers. For example, if you see the first title is organization engagement, a review and comparison of two job engagement. It is cited by 114 authors cited, that is they have mentioned this in their papers, right? So there is an important study in this. Again, this is job engagement, why it is important and how to improve it. It is again cited by 407 papers, and this is site. So here if you you can open this paper by using the link and you can download it, right? This is a Wiley paper, here you can download this paper, right? One more link, that is Science Direct. Is this page visible, Science Direct?
Yes, ma'am.
Find article with these terms in this journal or book title, authors, and search or advanced search. In this you can write, for example, if I write job characteristic model, and here I will go to the option search. Maybe it will take 1 to 2 minutes. So this is job characteristic model based study of the intrinsic motivation. You can view PDF, you can download the papers. It is defined here by year. You can see here 2026. It means there are 24 papers that is in pipeline. Those who are working on this paper to be published by 2026. 2025 there are 12,515 papers on this job characteristic model. 2024 review article type, publication title, subject areas. You can download it. One more link is there, that is SCI Hub. Enter your reference. By using this particular website SCI Hub, you can also download the papers. So these are the different platforms from where you can download the relevant articles. After downloading the articles, you just have to summarize them, take the printouts, read it, and find the literature gap. And the third last, that is to analyze the existing research. That is, you have to mention that what has been not done in these researches. So this was all from my side. If there is any question, you are all are welcome to ask.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I request participants to clarify your questions.
Yes, if there is any question related to LR, SLR, or meta-analysis, you may ask now.
Hello.
Yes,
Do you hear me?
yes, sir. You are audible.
So I'm very excited today to participate for this wonderful. I thank you to the for Dr. Shikha. Maybe mispronounced your name because I am this I would like to suggest him to recommend it and one thing to continue for this like opportunities because it was very interested. It is very interested today. You concised something that need a lot of time to spend. So today I would like to thank you. It was very interesting how to search for literature, the articles related to your topics, and to how to hack to them. Sometimes to maybe it's very difficult to find easy. Maybe it's difficult to students to find easily some articles. So you show us how to make hacking or how to make access for that article. I would like to recommend it for the institution or organization to continue for this for to continue for this like free opportunities. I will only that's my suggestion and appreciation. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. One question is that in there, it is recommended to use SCI Hub website for article download as an ethical concern. This is an open access, so you there is no unethical issues over here. You can download papers. There is free permission over there. Yes, one more person is raising the hand. Anything, Sayed Mohammed Ishaq? Do you want to ask any question?
Thank you. Am I audible for you? Am I agreeable for you, ma'am?
Yeah, you are audible.
Thank you. First of all, I appreciate you have done very more or less. It's really knowledgeable and rich of knowledge. Second, that it should be continued with a passage of time that might be in a week, in a month, at once. I'm going to arise. My question is that in which part of the article that will be we may a site where we focus like their recommendations, their findings, or their future recommendations, which is relevant
You
with
for writing the literature review, you have to focus on the findings that what they have found because as I told, it is not possible to read the whole paper. So you just go through the abstract part and the finding part. Then on this basis, you can find the new insight on that paper.
thank you, Dr. Shukla.
Someone is asking for where can I find the PPT? You can find PPT from the sir. So they can provide you the organizing team can provide you the PPT.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. The PPT will be uploaded in the description of YouTube video, and the same video is live for going on. I request if any participants have any feedback or research person. Otherwise, we can terminate the session. We can end the session. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I think we can
Uh,
end the session. It's a very wonderful session, and mostly we got very much positive feedback. And I got in YouTube live chat also very positive feedback, very informative session, and nice presentation, and lot of comments we received in the YouTube also, madam, as well as in the same chat in Google Meet also, madam. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
okay, thank you so much, sir, and thank you all the participants for listening so patiently. Thank you once again. Shall I leave the session now?
Yes, madam. I request all the participants to fill the feedback form. You will get a certificate via mail. If you have any queries related to the feedback form, you can contact Chandu. I already shared the mobile number that is in pinned comment. I'm also sharing you again. Yes, you can leave the session. Thank you. If you fill the feedback form, you can leave the session. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.